4, 3. We've got ignition. 2, 1. We've got RIP takeoff. We've got RIP takeoff. Welcome to another edition of Mouthpiece Included. Got a rather tongue-in-cheek topic today, but it's of a serious nature. The top 9, we're going to present to you our top 9 all booger sugar athletes of all time. Booger sugar. Is it good for the game? Should it be banned? Can't we even say booger sugar on YouTube? But we're going to flex our freedom of expression rights today. As always, please like, share, and subscribe. Please like, share, and subscribe. We're going to go ahead and get some pregame in before we jump this thing off. Chicago, bear with me. TATN. Chicago, bear with me. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Please take this time to share this link. Post it on Twitter and whatnot. Alrighty, in the building. TATN, big ups production.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Fair use, y'all. What the hell is this? What the hell is this? TATN, TATN.
Speed and Maxey each at 26 for Philly, right, while James Harden at 13 points and a game
Bear with me.
5.
We're going to just cut that short and let's get into it. Uh-oh. Camera on there, Bob. Thank you, Jim. All right. You know the topic. As always, our format, we got how about them Cubs? How about them Sox? They're both pooping it up a bit. We're going to cover how about them Bulls / NBA playoffs. So we're leaning more towards the NBA playoffs. Was the melanated coach a scapegoat? I mean, they fired Budenheiser. He actually had a chip, so we want to be balanced. I will pull the race card. Oh, let there not be any misunderstandings or misgivings. I'll pull my race card. Okay. All right. Let's not be mistaken. But we'll analyze all the data and pull it when it's appropriate. And then, of course, we have our bear down, F the GB segment / the NFL. We got a lot of NFL to unpack today. We have various sizzling hot topics set up here for you today. It's live. As always, you cats can pull up. The link is pinned in the chat. Or you can call in troll free or text 424-900-6945. Our hottest topic, top 9 booger sugar athletes of all time. Yeah. Serious nature. Just want to give a little disclaimer here. Cocaine, the booger sugar, nose Twinkies. According to many sources, the booger sugar may have some effects on athletic performance, such as increasing energy levels, boosting attention so you can process better, and reducing fatigue. He was a baseball player for the Mets. He said when that fastball was coming, when that curveball or fastball was coming, when he was using the Booger Sugars, he could literally see each stitch on the baseball. Okay. Maybe he had to get himself to sleep. Maybe he was on a bender. But he was ripping at baseball. It was Hernandez or something. And of course, there was the Villanova team that upset Big Pat Ewing. Maybe had he got that ring, he would have been able to parlay that into some NBA chips. Process better. Villanova, still to this day, the highest team shooting percentage, 67% from the field. The national championship against probably one of the greatest defensive teams ever assembled in the NC2As. This is not hyperbolic. I was there, I watched it from the television. And all five, the starting five, alleged to have used Booger Sugar throughout the tournament. Moreover, Booger Sugar has several adverse health effects if there's any kids out there, especially for athletes who engage in strenuous activity. Some of the problems that the Booger Sugar can cause include vision problems, damaged nasal tissue, sexual dysfunction, high blood pressure, tremors, stroke, seizures, up to and including death. Booger sugar can also impair the body's ability to regulate temperature and cause heart arrhythmia or cardiac arrest. Therefore, booger sugar is not a safe or effective pre-workout supplement for your athletes. In fact, booger sugar is banned in professional and amateur sports to protect the health of the athletes and the integrity of the game. All right, enough of the stuffy stuff. Let's go ahead and get our resident co-host in the building, Jackie Robinson's finest. Jackie Robinson's finest.
TATN.
Ba-down. What up, folk?
What up, fool? What's going on? How's it going on out there on the left coast?
Hey, man, every day is a blessing, good brother. How about you?
I'm enjoying this day above the dirt as well. Feeling good. Weather's warming up here. We're getting a little showers, but, taking the day off for Mother's Day. Shout out to all the mothers. I couldn't get a team of 9 together to play our scheduled game today, so we're taking the day off, postponing.
Big ups to the mothers, but small up to the mothers who wouldn't demand that their little ones go get a game in, but you know what I'm saying? I mean, come on.
Yeah. Schedule's been out for a month or two.
Right. Let the kids play. Wow. But yeah, happy Mother's Day to all the moms.
Yeah. I mean, I did have some extenuating circumstances, like one family with 2 boys, they're out of the country, and then I got one of my kids, his brother's graduating from Leo, baseball player at Leo High School, so that's 3 players. But, tournaments, and it's tough out here for us volunteer coaches. That's all I can say. Just doing it for the kids.
Yeah. Well, what else been going on, bro?
Man, just chilling. We got plenty of politics going on. We got us Larry left office on Friday to a ticker tape parade. The new mayor gets sworn in tomorrow. Ben Gordon, the new mayor of Chicago, and Larry went out with a ticker tape parade with his wife through Fifth floor there, the City Hall, and got to expound and do a bunch of executive orders like he was the president. So, without conferring with the new mayor. So we'll see how far those go. But it's just, it's warming up here. So, unfortunately, violence always warms up in Chicago with the heat. And, you know, now with this being a hot political arena here, as far as, you know, the machine not getting their way, and with the new mayor and the new Secretary of State, we'll see what happens in the near future.
I'm not going to say anything about Light Blunt. Damn, they got kicked out the crib talking about Light Blunt last week.
Mm-hmm.
I've been sequestered.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll leave that alone.
Big up, Light Blunt. Good luck with your future and get your ass back to Cleveland where you came from.
Cleveland rocks. You know she out of here.
I bet if you asked her Thugs, Bones, and Harmony, or Do or Die, she's gonna go with Bones Thugs.
Bones, yeah. Do or Die. That sounds violent.
Yeah.
West Side, baby.
That's right. Yeah, I'm just sharing the link, but I think we're good to go. And you guys, please like, share, subscribe. This is a tongue-in-cheek topic, but we're gonna have a little fun with it. All right, please. As always. There's this political edge to it as well. You know, as I went down this journey, Ace putting together my all Booger Sugar team, which we'll get to at the end of the show. I couldn't find out there's a lot of pinks on there. Some may be white. You know, we don't know what's in their heart.
We don't know what's in their heart.
Yeah, we don't know what's in their heart.
Who do you think bringing it to the damn locker room?
Into the damn country.
Yeah.
Owning and operating all the cartels. Did we say that? Can't say that.
Yeah,
but
you can't say it.
Yeah, but you know, we'll definitely get there. So you got I didn't have any sports RIPs. You didn't hear about anything, did you?
No, this week. One of those DePaul players passed a couple weeks ago. Might have been last week. Was it Teddy Grubbs?
Teddy Grubbs.
One of them. I gotta look that up.
Was Teddy Grubbs part of the Booger Sugar team?
He wasn't all world Booger Sugar team, but I think.
Yeah, he was. Yes. Yeah, because I think he ended up in jail, if I'm thinking of the right person. Big up Teddy Grubb. We'll see if we can confirm that. And then while we're going through that, I'm going to, I got a video here that you sent.
Mm-hmm.
Negro League Baseball Museum, fair use. We're just going to play the sound. We can't, obviously, play the video for you due to copyright infringement.
Yeah.
So we thought this was a
phenomenal day today. Negro League Museum and Arthur Bryant's Barbecue. We had a phenomenal day today. Negro League Museum and Arthur Bryant's Barbecue. We had a phenomenal.
Now, this is the Oakland Athletics play-by-play announcer, Glenn Kuiper. That's Kuiper.
Kuiper.
Yeah, he said this on the air. He wasn't doing a podcast. He wasn't, in the bar or in the alley or, in his living room talking to his grandkids. He said this on air right before Friday's game at the KC Royals. What's your take on this, Jeff?
So, actually seeing the video and him describing his great day he had, and the person that was co-hosting with him didn't bat an eye, didn't flinch.
Yeah, I saw that. I was looking for his reaction. Yeah. Go ahead.
It went on. So, apparently this is a word that Kuiper and this guy normally use in conversation. And, he was
Kuiper, is that German or is he some sort of small hat?
It sounds like it. But, it sounds like it's a word he normally uses in conversation because it rolls off the tongue. Of course, all the commenters in Cyberland and what he was trying to say. Yeah, I heard what he said. I don't know what he was trying to say.
Yeah, and we don't know what's in his heart. He did apologize.
Of course he did. He wanted his job.
Well, glad you mentioned it because you had the some sort of Latina lady.
Mm-hmm.
She was just on the baseball beat, getting post-game interviews, and she got into it with some sort of other Latina lady.
Yeah.
And she called her the C word. But it wasn't live. Like the other team was doing an interview, but it wasn't live, and they were preparing for one. And the lady who got called the C words, cameraman happened to be filming it. That lady was immediately fired. Damn your apology. And this wasn't even on national TV or on TV before a game where all the kids are listening.
It was just a verbal altercation between the two. And all of a sudden she's gone.
Yeah. Yeah. She was questioning her Latina entity, asking, you don't speak Spanish and stuff like that. Well, she was trying to speak to her in Spanish, and I think the other lady did speak. No, I think the other lady did speak Spanish, but I think she was trying to say, speak to me in English. You know what I mean? It's like, Ace, there's a time for Ebonics and Gullah talk, right? And then there's time for, like,
wait a minute. I'm not speaking this right now. We're at work. She's like, wait a minute. That doesn't mean anything. You're Latina. I should be able to flip back and forth any time with you. But oh wow.
Now I'm all for second chances, but this guy should be on the Chitlin circuit for NASCAR somewhere.
Absolutely going down there doing games at Antonio Brown's Arena League football.
Yes, where he can talk to other people who we don't know what's in their heart.
We don't know. He can work with that and go through sensitivity training with that damn security guard that I'm sure was fired. Once the ownership credentials got transferred and sorted out there. But he apologized. Of course he did. Of course he apologized.
I mean, how is that a Freudian slip? Like you said, you're so used to using it in your everyday talk, it just comes out, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I would assume if you never used that word or never generally accepted that word in your realm of talk or friends or anywhere in your circle, there's no way that it just slips out the way it did.
I mean, Ace, people use phrases like trailer trash or, saltine or Ritz cracker, things like that.
Yeah.
And when you're in a business environment, not you or me, but does that just roll off your tongue when you're in an event with kids and you can't? So this guy must be using it like all the time.
All the time. And you can't tell
and his buddy next to him.
Yeah, it's rolling right. Yeah, we went to this N-word event and had some barbecue. That was a perfect day.
He's not being drugged on an apology tour. They're not asking him to go to sensitivity training with the Anti-Defamation League.
No.
He's not going to alcohol or mental counseling because, they sit there drinking those beers and then they, feel like they can say whatever they want.
Yeah, they didn't test him for the booger sugar or anything either.
Yeah, probably not. All right, but let's move on. We got a lot to unpack. We're getting past baseball. Top 9 all booger sugar athletes of all time. Pull up. The link is pinned in the chat. You can also call or text troll free 424-900-6945. That's 424-900-6945. Want to jump to the NBA playoffs? You got any comments on Denver mollywhopping the Suns? A channel I follow, Cap TV, they're kind of like the Onion. Some of their news is true and some of it is just all cap. So you have to kind of sift through the minutia. But they were ahead of it, and they were saying that some sort of melanated coach was being scapegoated, and then he actually got fired. But before we go there, what's your comment? Any takeaways from the Denver shellacking of the Suns? I mean, come on.
One step back, it was Teddy Grubbs. Passed away on Thursday, April 25th at the age of 62.
Wow. R.I.P. Teddy Grubbs, man. R.I.P. Teddy Grubbs.
All right. Condolences to the family. But come on, man. I don't believe that the coach should have took been the scapegoat of what happened out there. They knew for the last 2-3 years that when they got to the playoffs, when they got to the thick of the playoffs, Chris Paul was going to get hurt. So, I mean, come on, you got to have a backup plan, or you got to get rid of that guy. I know he's getting you to the playoffs, but you're building your team to win a championship every year. And if this guy can't finish the race, I know it's hard to get rid of a guy that's making $40 million, but you got to have some kind of backup plan when he goes down at the most crucial part of the season. And how do you blame that on the coach? That's personnel. So you're
man. They had no bench, and like you said, 2 of their starters and players getting big salaries went down.
Yeah. So what do you think is going to happen?
Not to mention Kevin Durant. I don't care about him averaging 30 points.
Yeah.
He played like poop.
Well, yeah.
The entire series, he played like poop.
He wasn't on the Golden State Warriors in their heyday this year, was he?
No.
They traded him to Phoenix.
Yeah, he should have stayed in Golden State. The Golden State should have got rid of the thug. Yeah, the thug. I was hoping he would have punched the shit out of Jordan Poole during that game. And I hope people understand why he was punching the shit out of him. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
And now you want to mouth off to me and you're out here playing like poop.
Yeah. But that's what a veteran's supposed to do, is shape the toughness and the mentality of a team, especially before the damn season in practice. You can be all haughty-taughty or talk to me any kind of way or whatever. I'm going to nip that in the bud, because, the ultimate goal is us winning the championship. And you filling your oats and your nuts early in the preseason, I'm going to slap that right out of you. And we can move on from there. But apparently that didn't happen. So when they needed him in the toughest of times, he was playing like poop, unfortunately for them.
I'll tell you who wasn't playing like poop. The Joker. Let me tell you something. This kid came from that shithole country. Yeah. It's the first time I watched, had the pleasure of watching this shithole, this guy from this shithole country play an entire series. And let me tell you something.
That guy can play, huh?
He should be arrested for what he did to the Phoenix Suns. He got the coach fired. He got the whole organization in shambles.
Yeah, they got to make some trades with the Bulls. They got to retool that thing out.
Yeah, and not just him. What's his name? The little guard. I can tell you about him. He was missing last year. They don't like to talk about him.
Murray.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The most beautifulest thing in the world, Keith Murray. Yep. Man, let me tell you something. Balling.
I get in you. Yes, sir. No answer. We have no answer. And Jokic he's tough on his own with the regular role players. You bring this guy out playing at
all-star,
all-pro level.
Yeah.
They're in the Western Conference Finals. I feel sorry for the Lakers, because they got AD, till he gets hurt. But there's really nothing he can do with the Joker.
Well, we shall see. Now, speaking of the Joker, how do you think it was handled? This thug pushed the team owner snatched the ball away from them like they're in an alley in some Eastern European country.
Well, you know,
if it was Draymond Green, you know, God forbid.
They would have suspended him for at least 2 or 3 games.
They'd have called the police.
When you have a Middle Eastern thug out there doing what he wants to do, they'll harp back to his MVP credentials and say, you know, we don't know what's in his heart. It was in the heat of the battle. Blah blah blah. Skip. We're gonna look over this and let him get back to playing basketball. The fans should be fans or owners, and the players should be players on the court. Let's sweep this under the rug. There's nothing to worry about.
Yeah, I mean, a $25,000 fine, no suspensions.
25.
He wipes his bum with 25 stacks.
Right.
You know, the NBA should take a look at it so it's not so severe, kind of like hockey. We're not going to suspend you for the whole game, but we're going to have you in the penalty box out there for the first quarter. You know, kind of like college football, you know. We're going to suspend this guy for a quarter, 2 quarters.
First half.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Okay.
First 8 minutes, then he comes skating out there. I put him on inline skates too. Yeah. He's back. Fans be going crazy because some thug, you know.
From a shithole country coming out there, dominating the game after being suspended for the first quarter of the contest.
All he is rested for the second quarter.
Right.
Got 6 fouls left over. Yeah, and they should prorate the fouls too. Now that I'm thinking about it.
It might make the game a little bit more exciting. NBA penalty box. We got trademark on the NBA penalty box.
That's
National
right.
Basketball Association.
That's right. Trademark. You know
here on Mouthpiece included.
But you heard it right here. No more fouling out. We just put them in a penalty box for X amount of time. You know what I mean? And you play 4-on-5 out there. Hey, yeah. We need to start a league with Ice Cube out there.
Yeah. 2-on-3, 4-on-5. Let's get it done.
Yeah, why not? You can take 40-foot jump shots with 18 seconds left on the clock.
See what happens. Yeah, the pressure was on. You know, I was open. I'm open.
All right, let's talk about the LA Floppers, because the NBA is now the National Floppers Association.
All right.
I mean, Ace, and all this basketball, because, you know, I haven't been watching it since George Floyd. Big ups, George Floyd. Rest in peace. Condolences to George Floyd's family. Big ups. So now I'm more into it during these playoffs. I've never seen, every time a player shoots a layup, half the jump shots they shoot, they're falling on the ground and not hustling to get back on defense. Let me tell you something. In the Sicker East, all right, in the Sicker East, Ace, you got pulled out of the game. Look, if you
get your ass up.
Get up. I see LeBron doing it. He was down there, his head was hurt, supposedly, laying on the floor. And then as soon as the Lakers got the rebound, he was down on the end of the court, laying it up, and fans go crazy, and the announcers praise him.
I'm open. Yeah, I mean, I don't understand. I don't watch full games much. I've stated here on Mouthpiece included that this present product that the NBA has is kind of unwatchable until, like the fourth quarter or the playoffs. But even there, you can see that, they don't really respect the game of basketball.
At all.
These 30-foot shots at the end of games when you're down 2 points, 3 points, when you just drive to the basket, get a layup, maybe a 3-point player, play some damn defense. Or, you're falling down on layups and jump shots and putting your team at a disadvantage, as opposed to, finishing the play and getting back on defense and let's play ball. So, yeah, it's kind of unwatchable for me. Definitely during the regular season, I can't watch them just run up and down the court, jacking up 3-pointers all damn day. And you got a perfectly good big man down there. All he's in there for is rebounding. I mean, man, I can't imagine how many rebounds Dennis Rodman will have during these times. These guys just standing there at the 3-point line, just jacking up 3-pointers the whole damn game. But that's the product. The chicks dig the long ball, so they dig the 3-pointer.
And senseless turnovers, to your point, they don't value the possessions.
No.
If I'm Steve Kerr, drop dead gorgeous, he's overrated. They've been able to cover all their dumb, stupid play, and they got kids in AAU and everybody playing like the Warriors, not valuing and cherishing possessions, running the big man into the ground. You saw Denver was walking it up, waiting for the big to get down court. Boy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
he's part of the team. And
so Kerr, in my opinion, should have, if he was processing, I would have started Looney, bro. I don't care. Looney, what do you mean you're sick? You don't feel? At some point, he felt better. Like, I would have started Looney as soon as he was healthy. Draymond would have played the 2. These are the adjustments I would have made. Actually, I got it here because I put this in a chat where Steve Kerr was saying, we just got to make more shots and blah, blah, blah. So I said, to be fair, Looney should have been starting. You could have stopped switching on the picks. You could have switched that up and defended your man, because the Lakers were exposing Steph Curry, right? Yeah. I mean, make them hit the jump shot, bro. But here's to my quote. You could have not had Steph initiating the offense so damn much. Yeah. He's probably just as dangerous off the ball. You could have coached your players to not stand upright while defending a motionless player who hasn't killed his dribble. I mean, literally, they're all up on him standing upright. You could have coached that. You saw it in practice.
Yeah.
You could have had Draymond defending his man crush, LeBron.
Right.
And stuck Looney on AD. But you didn't. You started Gary Payton Jr., and he's down there guarding LeBron in the post.
Yeah, what's that going to get you? But rate. Can you say butt rate?
And that's what I'm saying. They're just switching. My brother, my niece's team, big ups, Long Beach Poly. They were like that. They just randomly switched on every pick, and the other team, they had all Americans they would play against. Would just come down, get the switch, get the mismatch, and then pound the crap out of somebody. And then the coach is saying, "Well, that girl who can't play defense has got to be better on defense." No.
Have your defenders in the best possible position to defend the other team's best players, but don't just keep switching and letting them take advantage of the mismatch the entire game. That shows you're stupid.
But that's today's game, man. And since the Warriors had, the best shooting backcourt in the history of the game, they were able to put a Band-Aid over all this. And so everybody else thought, if we can just knock down some of these 20-footers, shoot better.
Yeah, let's make them defend. Let's get those legs tired. Let's see if in the fourth quarter can they hit those damn shots if they're
correct.
Gonna switch on the pick and roll all day. We're gonna go right at them.
Man, I was having debates with my brother about this. Not really a debate, because he agrees. They go on top every screen. They try to get on top of every screen if they don't switch. And it doesn't matter if the guy can shoot a 3 or not. And I'm like, this doesn't make sense. Okay, if it's Steph Curry, even Steph, you saw he went broke. Listen, I'm going underneath on the screen, and if that's how he's going to beat me, shooting this 3 with a late hand in his face, and that's what I'm going to live with, as opposed to having Gary Payton Jr. end up in a mismatch on AD 14 times a game.
Right, you're guaranteeing him to be 10 for 14
with 40 rebounds.
Right, it's like, maybe Kerr in his head thinks, he's got Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan and Dennis Rodman out there. I don't know what's going on. I don't know.
No, Kerr just kept saying, even when they were interviewing him during the game, we just got to make some shots. No, you got to stop taking those damn shots. Looney was balling. Now, this was Kerr's quote. To be fair, I think this team ultimately maxed out. We were barely in the playoff picture for most of the year. This is not a championship team. You think?
What?
Right. He's the coach. Correct.
You're the defending champs.
Correct. And he's not taking any responsibility.
Wow.
He didn't get scapegoated.
No. He's secure in his position and role as head coach. Yeah,
well, it was the first loss he's lost in the Western Conference. But again, if I had Steph and Clay, who stunk it up, if I had them playing, in their primes, Ace, we could have done just about anything.
Yeah, I mean, this sounds like a coach who doesn't want to win.
Okay, what about Austin Reeves getting this Larry Legend treatment? I've got to pull the data, but this guy is getting so many foul calls, and it's drop dead gorgeous.
Yeah, well, when you drop dead gorgeous, and Luka's out of the playoffs, so they got to get a damn call to somebody. And
Ace, I felt like how you felt like Luka. Yes, now I see what you mean. This guy gets, and then they let him run around hacking on defense.
Yeah, that's what they do with Luka. As soon as you get near him and touch him, you don't even really got to touch him. He's getting his way. They're going to call the damn foul.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, hey, it's good work if you can get it. He's drop dead gorgeous. He plays on the Lakers with LeBron James, and they're going to get him to the final somehow.
All right. Well, now that we're here, Ace, let's we're going to check out the brackets, because I had Golden State, but I hadn't watched them this season. Preseason, I had Golden State and Boston in the finals. Obviously, that's not going to happen.
No.
So, so right now, you got a game 7 with Philly and Boston. And, I had Milwaukee. You had Boston. I had Milwaukee at the beginning. I had Milwaukee and Golden State in the finals. You had Boston. So you still have a chance to get your team to the finals. So Boston's going up against Doc Rivers, who's a horrible coach. I'm going with Boston there. This is a game 7 today. Horrible coach. He should be scapegoated.
You can't say that about him, man.
Awful. I've been saying it since he was winning chips at Boston. You can win in spite of your coach.
Well, yeah. You just roll the ball out there. You have talent, and your players can do their thing. They can win. They can just ignore them. Yeah. Just like Shaq said, he and Gary Payton. Gary Payton was ignoring Pat Riley on Shaq's 4th title, because Pat Riley had called plays like boom, 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 let's do this, let's do that. He was like, yeah, I'm not running that. I'm just gonna dribble the ball at it and get this big black guy the ball inside the rim and let him dunk you. What are you?
Oh, you're talking about they were calling plays for the Austin Reeveses and stuff like that.
Yeah. Let's get Dan Marley the ball. Fuck Dan Marley. I got Shaq down there in front of the rim, giving him the ball.
So I'm assuming you got Boston to win this game 7.
Yeah, I gotta go with them, man. It's my pre-playoff prediction. So yeah, Boston winning game 7, and then they go to eliminate
Miami. They're at home, and so who you obviously got Boston in the Miami series, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna jump on your Boston bandwagon, although I feel like that melanated coach ain't processing. Yeah, he's on the clock. He just saw that Phoenix coach get fired. He's like, he nervous now. All right. So we got Denver and the Lakers. Who you got next? Well, first off, how long is the Boston Miami series gonna go? How many games?
Boston Miami is going 6. Boston is 6.
Agreed. Denver Lakers. Now, most people are picking the Lakers. It's baffling.
That's the LeBron goat tail riding Laker fans. And then you got, LA being in the playoffs is always good for the NBA.
Yeah, but
So,
hey, yeah, I mean, LA had the best record in basketball during the last, quarter of the season. They're undefeated at home since they made the roster movement.
Get rid of Pat Bev.
Yeah, and Russell. Yeah, give him some rings. And then now they want rings. So Denver Lakers. I'm going to say, to your point, I feel Denver in 6, but I'm going to say Denver in 7.
Denver in 7. That's about right. I mean, I think it's
the Lakers are tough at home, man.
Yeah, they got the home cooking. They got the Studio 54, where the fans and the Hollywood types can go in there and get the booger sugar and party all night. What was that at the Forum? They still do that at the
yeah, it wasn't just in Inglewood. Now get up off it. Yeah, they still do it
at the Staples Center or whatever it's called now.
Yeah, ain't no booger sugar in Inglewood.
Yeah, so no, they used to party at the Forum, but East 7. There's no way that series should go 7 games, but for the NBA's advertisement and shoe sales and water sales and Gatorade sales and LeBron admiration.
Commercial ads.
Yeah. Denver in 7, it sounds good to me.
All right, so we're in agreement. Y'all stop flopping out there. All right, so now we want to go to our own personal all NBA team. I've watched enough of the playoffs to kind of get a good feel for who these players are, et cetera, in the fourth. So we're going to start at the 5 position, Ace. If you're putting together a team and you got the first 5 picks,
yeah,
to pick a center or power forward. I don't want to hear this shit about you can play both positions, all this crap. Who are you picking at the 5? The center.
At 5.
You got the big kid from Philly. You got
it's only 2 choices. Joker or Embiid.
You got AD. I mean,
not over the Joker or Embiid. I know he's having a good run out there right now, but there's no telling when they'll pull the wheelchair out for him again. So, so I can put him.
We'll ask the chat. Who do you have as your first team center?
I'm going with Embiid.
Up until before this Phoenix series and this Boston series, I was going with Embiid as well. Embiid actually, rode in my Uber one time. I was taking him up to a home he had rented. Mm-hmm. His family was coming from beautiful country in Africa. First time his parents were in America. First time they were meeting his girlfriend, whatever. And he wasn't in my Uber, my bad. He came out of the house. He wouldn't have fit in my car, for God's sakes. His girlfriend was in there, and she was going to meet his parents. And he came out, Ace, this was after all the injuries. And I was this big goon. Yeah, I hated to sound racist, but I'm like, he's got to play basketball.
He's got to play.
But I knew because she was telling me, and so he told me, bro, I said, man, you ready? Bro, I'll never forget. I told my brother, and my brother was like, man, he ain't going to do nothing. He said, I'm in the best shape I've ever been. And he said, he's about to dominate the NBA. And bro, he had this African look in his eyes, like I was talking to Shaka Zulu or something.
Like Juwan Oldham, like he's going to kill a tiger or something.
Ace, I knew he wasn't playing. And he's run roughshod through the league, could easily have 2 MVPs at this point. So big up Embiid, but I'm going with shithole Jokic.
Okay.
I'm just, Ace, I had to think of who would I rather play with if we were at empty, and you had this, we valued defense, but you had that guy in there making them passes, keeping the system flowing. That's kind of what I looked at. All right. All right. So who do you got at power forward? I'll give you mine first. My power forward is hands down. Doesn't take much. Thought here. I'm going with Giannis Antetokounmpo. So I have 2 European players so far. Michael Jordan's rolling over in his executive office right now.
I'm putting Joker at my 4.
No, I told you we're not doing none of that. I started the top. I started the top of this segment saying we're not doing that crap. We're not doing it. No, find you a power forward. No, we're not doing it. I'm
going with AD at the 4. Is he designated a center?
Yes. Yes, LeBron's playing the 4. They got, what's your problem with Giannis? This guy's won 3-4 chips. He's been. What's your problem with Giannis?
He lost in the first damn round. Well, he was hurt.
I mean,
yeah, it happens. Yeah, he lost in the first.
He's the best power forward in the damn basketball.
Yeah, no, that's LeBron James. According to
you could go with LeBron. You going with LeBron?
Yeah, I'm going with LeBron. You said our top 5 for this playoff, right?
No, your all NBA team for this season, fella.
All NBA team for the season.
Yeah, so you're a GM. You're taking calls. You're an expansion team, and they said, look, you get the first 5 picks from the NBA, and you can take any player you want, but they got to be certain positions. You can't have these You can't pick all 5 of the best centers. You know what I mean? You can't do that.
You can.
You can play no. These are the rules that the commissioner is giving you. You can't.
Commissioner can kiss my bum.
If you select somebody who's not a power forward in the power forward position, you forfeit that, and we'll get you somebody out of the G League to play your 4.
I don't need any G League players. I'm going with LeBron, and I'm going with Joel Embiid.
All right, so you got the big African, and you got LeBron James at your 4.
Yeah.
All right, my 3 ace.
Yeah.
It's the cupcake, the Tin Man. You put a cupcake in some tin foil.
Yeah.
And put a basketball uniform on it. And you're going to get 35-year-old. I'm going to force my shot because I've never learned how to make passes because I've been gunning my entire career and getting away with it. I've been ball hogging. I don't care who has a hot hand on my team. I'm still going to come down and try to get mine because that's what's gotten me this far. My defense really sucks, but nobody can really see it because I've been so athletic my whole life. And I really cared about the principles of defense. But that all being said, I'm going with the Tin Man, Kevin Durant, as my small forward for all NBA team this season.
KD at the 3. All right.
He's an American.
Yeah, well, it's about time you picked one. Yeah. These immigrants running around on the basketball. They're not immigrants, they're basketball players, right? So
they're documented.
Documented. They don't but they don't use undocumented when they talk about the people crossing the border. I guess it's
asylum. Yeah, they're on a work visa.
Yeah. I'm gonna start me a drive. Hey, think about starting you a driving school out there, man. Learn your little. We'll talk about it off. You know how they steal all our ideas, but
yeah, they do.
Yeah, but
driving school. I'd start a basic rudimentary English course.
Yeah, well, all that's tied into one another, and you get the paperwork together to get them one of those temporary licenses, and it's quite lucrative. Man, my 3.
Yeah, you already got LeBron at your 4. I gave you that because that's technically what he's played the last quarter of the season.
Yeah. My
which
3.
we said on Mouthpiece he should have been doing the last 4 seasons. Get your big ass down low.
He wanted to run up and down the court with the ball at 35.
Pad his stats. Yeah.
Yeah. DeMar
As soon as he got
DeRozan.
Kareem's record, he went right down low. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I don't need to. I don't need to take all those shots anymore. I'm going with DeMar DeRozan. My 3. Doesn't he play 3 for the Bulls?
Yeah. I'm just flabbergasted at the homer pick.
Yeah.
All right.
He's an all-star. What are you talking about?
All right. So you got the current MVP. You got LeBron at your 4. And you got
it's my damn team I'm putting together.
You got DeRozan at the 3.
Yeah.
All right. Who's your 2? Who's your 2?
Zach? No.
Go ahead with Zach Levine.
I lose all kind of damn
credibility. You out here sounding like Big Perk. Zach Levine and DeMar DeRozan are the best duel the Bulls have ever in Bulls history.
Bulls history. Better than Michael Jordan and B.J. Armstrong. Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan, Storm and Norm Van Leer, and
Train and
Jerry Sloan.
A-Train and what's his name? Reggie Theus should have made the all-curl team.
Reggie Cherry Curl. I think he just had good hair. I don't know if he had a curl.
Good and bad hair. See if I can. Good and bad hair. You just a G.
I think he's some kind of mix. At my 2. Okay.
Yeah, who's your 2 there, fella?
You saying, oh boy. I keep thinking of just this year.
What do you mean, just this year? Yeah, you can. Yes, we're going all NBA team based upon this season. Yes. We don't care what they've done in the past.
I'm gonna go with the comeback Western Conference Player of the Year, Jamal Murray, at my 2.
He's a point guard.
He's a point.
Yeah, he's running the point for Denver. He's bringing the ball up every time down the court, and there's no other small guard on the court.
All right, well, we're not there
I'll confirm that. I'll confirm that, but I'm pretty sure. Let me confirm that though, because I could be wrong here. But go ahead and think of another one just while I'm confirming. What position?
Dame's out for the year.
No, they can listen. They can be out for the year. This is your all NBA team, bro. The all NBA team is selected before the playoffs even starts. So who's your all NBA team?
I'm going with Dame Stoudemire as my 2.
Who?
I don't give a damn where he shoots from.
Stoudemire, he's retired.
No.
Who are you talking about? David Stoudemire. This guy's retired.
From Portland.
You just said his name, but it's not Stoudemire. It's he's a point guard.
He's a point.
Yeah, he's a point guard. They said he's a point guard and a shooting guard, but yeah. So
see, you can be both.
All right. We'll give you Jamal Murray. All right. We'll give you. You want to put Jamal Murray at your 2? You put Jamal Murray at your 2. All right. My 2. I'm going with the Boston Celtics standout, Jaylen Brown. He's from the United States.
Allegedly.
This guy's a 2-way player. Okay. He's played high level basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And so my squad is Jokic, Giannis, Kevin Durant, and Jaylen Brown. We would beat the shit out of your team, in my opinion. And then now the most important position on the court, in my opinion, is the point guard position, the helm. My point guard, Ace, this might shock some people, but I've taken it all under advisement. I'm going with De'Aaron Fox, bro. I'm going with De'Aaron Fox. You know, I know you could say, what about the kid at Memphis? You know, you can say, what about Steph? But Steph's defense and his turnovers, I just can't deal with that. So I'm going with De'Aaron Fox for the Sacramento Kings. The guy's tough.
I like him. I always liked him. I don't like they made him cut his hair, but
Yeah, I mean,
you got to do what you got to do. But I liked him coming out of college. So is he my one?
Yeah. Who's your one?
I don't know. I'm going with what I call him.
You want to put Jamal Murray at the 1 and the 2?
No, put Dame Lillard. It's Dame time. That's my 1, and Jamal Murray's gonna play the 2.
That's a nice backcourt. I mean, that is
ball handling and shooting.
That's a nice backcourt. I'd have Jaylen Brown defending Dame Lillard, and I'd have De'Aaron Fox put on Murray.
All right, that'd be some good ball, but Dame can shoot from anywhere.
Giannis would bum assault LeBron. And who you got at your 3?
DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah, Kevin Durant and DeMar DeRozan. I'd give that a wash, all right, just for the sake of giving you something here. And Jokic. Come on. DeMar DeRozan. I mean, this guy.
DeMar DeRozan is going to score on Kevin Durant the entire game. He's going to have those little skinny legs tired by the time you get to the fourth quarter of playing in the post and defending those damn mid-range jump shots. He's going to quit.
Dame Lillard is on record saying he devalues the championship and it's not important to him and he could care less and it's all about his brand. I mean, I don't know if he said it in those words. So I mean, I don't want this guy stinging up my culture in the locker, what I mean? Because you got hundreds of millions of dollars. You don't care about anything else. You're taking up all the salary cap and championships mean nothing to you.
That's right.
I mean, you go to your job and tell him I could care less about profit.
Yeah, well, shit.
I'm saying you're the highest paid player. I can care less about the company's profit.
If I've got a $200+ million guaranteed contract, I go in there and tell them to kiss my ass. That's right. If you want to trade me, but my money's guaranteed, baby.
Guaranteed. I'll go on a media tour and talk bad about the company. They should have some non-disclosures. You can't say you don't care about winning. You know what I mean?
And they might. They can if he's out there spewing this kind of vitriol to NBA fans. I don't give a damn about we winning, baby. I'm paid.
All right, so you guys just heard the Mouthpiece included all first team All NBA. Today's topic is the top 9 all Booger Sugar athletes of all time. Pull up, the link is pinned in the chat. 424-900-6945, troll free. 424-900-6945. Please like, share, subscribe, call in, text. We'd love to hear from you. All right, fella, we got the Bears. The schedule came out. We already ran through it. We didn't have dates and stuff, but we ran through it because we were able to predict who they would be playing. But we start out with the Limburger cheese. It's at home, right?
Start in with Limburger. Yeah. Home game. Packer week. Start the season.
Wasn't it like that last season too? No, we had San Fran. We had San Fran.
Yeah. We played there in the water bowl with San Fran and rain the whole damn game. So
and we got the Packers in the second game of the preseason too.
No. They play somebody else.
We got the Colts August 19th. Oh, you're right. Is it only one preseason game? That's all they got listed.
It's 3.
That's crazy. It should be 3, yeah, but I'm looking at it. For some reason, they only got August 19th in the Colts. I know that's the first game, but you're right. Packers September 10th. I'm looking for the okay, we got the Chargers at 5:20 p.m. LA time, which is a national TV game. That's here in Inglewood. So there's a Lights will
What's
be
the
on.
date on that?
That's October 29th, fella, right around Halloween. You come out here and dress up like a Packers fan for Halloween. I mean, like a Chargers fan, maybe even a Packers fan. You know what I mean? Show up at the
You gotta be crazy.
Go Bears with the cheese on your head.
Well, I'm going to October. I'm going to New Orleans the following week.
Oh, yeah.
Saints.
Travel funds. Yeah. So the following week, yep. New Orleans. Did you know that Mardi Gras was started in Alabama? I didn't know that.
No, I know I didn't.
Yeah. But yeah, that's a 10 a.m. game, Cali time. So that'll be a 12 p.m. Time when you're in New Orleans. The next national TV game is at home against the Panthers, November 9th.
Yeah, if they're not motivated to beat the crap out of the Panthers, I don't know what team they should be motivated to beat. That draft pick is very important.
Very important.
Yeah.
Pole's job could be on the line. The Vikings are a third national TV game for a 3-14 team. That's November 27th in Minnesota.
Yeah, they don't want to win. They just traded Zadarius Smith to what did they trade him to? But he was their best linebacker, best outside pass rusher, and they traded him for 2 fifth-round draft picks because of the salary cap. So they don't want to win.
Yeah, and then you got the Browns. That time, the game is December 17th in Cleveland, but it's to be determined. I guess that's a flex game. So now they think maybe America would be interested in seeing the 2 melanated quarterbacks get massages. I don't know.
That might be a reason to drive over to Cleveland. We'll stop over in Cleveland. There's some massage convention going on.
And then, as we mentioned, we close the season out January 7th at the Packers. That time hasn't been determined either. So the Bears could have up to 5 games on national TV, bro, depending on how we,
They should. They'll get flexed. I mean, as they come out there and start destroying some of these teams, well, not destroying, but, making the game more enjoyable, I think they'll find ways to get them on national TV. Maybe at least 5, maybe 6 times this year.
Agreed. Yeah, it's a big market too, and you got just in time and that receiver. Yeah, one we got from Carolina, the one we got. Get over off Valus. Yeah, you were gonna snip all this together the day you eat krill. Man, have it all set up for you.
Yeah, put it all together. Hey, I talked to the young fellow going to the University of Texas. He says that at running back we got everybody's saying all the draft picks we got are steals, but that running back that came from Texas is a beast.
The truth. Yes. He may mess around and push for that number 1, and I haven't signed any contracts with
right.
What's his name? He was getting all those yards for us last.
Foreman or Khalil Herbert or whoever's in the damn room.
Yeah, Herbert. Yeah, I haven't signed any personal contracts with him. I love him, but this guy can't block.
But he can't pass block.
No,
he can't process. You can't process it.
No, he's not processing.
Yeah.
He's an athlete.
No, this kid used to be a quarterback. So
we talked about this. He wasn't processing at quarterback, so they figured, we don't promote that here, and Mouthpiece included.
Well, yes. They had drop dead gorgeous quarterbacks down at the University of Texas.
Yeah, getting them in and out of the huddles.
Yeah, throwing interceptions. Yeah, but they were running the right plays, just the wrong read.
Well, give me your AFC Championship prediction.
AFC.
Yeah, you got Brent Favre. Smug Rogers out there now.
Smug Rogers can kiss my ass. He's got a good receiving core. and the defense was stout already.
Stout.
I mean, their offense ran them out of the playoffs, but that damn defense was they were pretty impressive. I thought we could pick a couple players off of that team, but we weren't able to do it as far as the defensive line. Man, AFC playoff action.
Well, I got Sideshow Mahomes returning.
Well, I mean, how can you question that? I mean, he's definitely going to be. I don't really see anybody supplanting Sideshow and Buffalo. Buffalo has to have learned from their last 2 years of experiences. I don't know if Von Miller is coming back next year.
Von Miller's, I mean, come on. He's 78 years old.
Well, the defense fell apart without him. And we took the other linebacker. He's here in Chicago playing for us. So,
but Sideshow was injured through the playoffs and got it done.
Yeah, well,
so he'll be healthy this season.
Yeah, he's a beast. He's a phenomenon.
So I got Sideshow, Aaron Rodgers. He doesn't have the mental capacities. He don't have it in his heart to get far in the playoffs. Although he's been known to get the championship games. So I'm not going to pick the Jets. Aaron's going to find a way to rub his team the wrong way. So I'm going to roll with it's tough between Buffalo and the Bengals.
I forgot about my man in Cincy.
When they return, I'm gonna go with Buffalo because I can't see the Bengals getting back this year. So it'll be Buffalo and Sideshow Bob, Kansas City Chiefs. That's my AFC championship game. Who's your AFC game?
With those defensive losses that I just mentioned for the Buffalo Bills, I think since he's ready to take the next step and get to the AFC Championship game. So I'll go with Cincinnati, Sideshow Bob, AFC Championship, of course, barring a miracle, Kansas City will win and be back in the Super Bowl again. So, yeah.
All right. Let's move over to the NFC.
Yes.
I got Philly returning to the AFC Championship game. They'll get back there. They picked up Jalen Carter. We had no interest in him. We traded down. And,
no interest.
Yeah. They gave us a gift card to Amazon for the rights to move down and get a Hall of Fame player.
We got to see what happens in that regard over the next 3 years. I think the offensive tackle may long term be the best solution for the Bears for getting better. And I think the draft they saw as a 2-year process, especially with the 2-1s and the 2-2s we got for next season. So, hey, maybe there'll be another stud 3 technique or stud edge rusher. And
the irony of it is, if we'll probably ultimately in the next year or two have to go through Philly to get to the Super Bowl. So the irony is those 2 players may actually match up against each other, in the big game.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Philly, of course, is going to start to lose players. You got to decline. I mean, players are getting older. You just paid your quarterback $260 million. So
you don't have the cap flexibility, but Poles cherishes so much.
Yeah, so probably if we're not ready to get there this year, you're looking at going against Philly in probably 2 years to get to the Super Bowl. And I think that, after a couple great drafts, or even if it's 3 years, another great draft like they had this year with 2 1s and 2 2s. Philly's got to get it done this year, or I don't think it'll ever get done. But okay, I see Philly, and I see the Bears getting hot, baby. And yes, I was a homer in the top 5 NBA players. I'm going to be a homer, damn it, for the NFC Championship game. And when I get to Vegas this year, I'm putting money on it. Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Bears.
You heard it here from Big Perk. All right. All right, Big Perk. As much as I love the Bears, and I do have them earning a playoff spot.
They'll be hot and young.
I'm gonna have Philly against the. I don't trust that colored quarterback in Seattle. No, I don't trust him. I'll go with a rematch. I'm going with Philly and the San Fran 49ers.
They don't have a quarterback.
They didn't this year. They had a guy off the ice cream truck, and they got there.
Yeah, well, I mean, he won't be back to the middle of the season, won't he?
Yeah.
Oh, they got the kid. The kid that can't process. He's going to be the starting quarterback.
All right, you can question my pick, as he picked the Bears, Big Perk. All right, don't get me started on what the Bears ain't got. But
we got it all, baby. We got Dennis Rentry. We got Walter Payton.
Yeah.
We got Gale Sayers, Vince Evans. We got it all. You heard it here on Mouthpiece included. Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Bears playing for the NFC Championship game in Chicago for a chance to go to the Super Bowl. I said it was going to be next year in New Orleans, but it's going to be, damn it, this year. The Bears will be playing for a chance to go to Las Vegas for the Super Bowl. Well, Mouthpiece included will be at Media Day to voice our concerns about.
We will be. Hey, if the Bears, Jim, give me a close up. If the Bears make it to the NFC Championship, I will. I'm not going to go to the game and waste my money, but I will be in Vegas that weekend. Hook or crook. So we'll give you that. Now, let's move on. We did our Super Bowl prediction. So thus, I have a rematch of last year's Super Bowl, which never happens. It'll be Philly against KC. And in this case, I'm going with Philly to get over the hump because they drafted a Hall of Famer player at defensive tackle to their defensive line that was already the best in football. And they got the colored quarterback who's processing now that he's had the special training at the pink camps. And so I'm going with Philly this year, Philadelphia, city of brotherly love.
All right. So since the NFC Championship game, what did I predict the Bears go? 14-3. So the NFC Championship game.
You got them at 14-3, Big Perk.
Since it's going through Chicago, we're going to end. The Bears are going to win the NFC Championship, head to the Super Bowl, and it'll be the battle of Sideshow Bob versus the most.
It should be a rematch game because we got them on the schedule.
Yeah. So we'll get a look at them early in the season. We're not going to show them all of our tricks. I think they were one. Did I have them as a loss? I have to look back.
We're gonna hold Velas Jones and Trashton Ebner out of the first game against.
They'll probably be on the practice squad or at Denny's. In the first game.
Save them for the Super Bowl.
Trashton's definitely not going to be on the team when we get to Kansas City. Now, the Kansas City Chiefs, were afraid to go over to Germany and play the Bears. They wanted their home game against the Chicago Bears. So, I mean, the NFL knows. The NFL
Well,
knows.
I'm happy for that, though. I wanted the Bears to get that, go to KC and play in that environment against on the road against the defending Super Bowl champs. That's good for the Bears.
Yeah. That might be a game I drive to as well. We'll see.
Yeah, the tickets will be $175,000 just for parking.
Yeah, I'll Uber. I'll
Yeah.
drive to the outer limits of Kansas City and Uber to the stadium. Find me a good friend. Find me a good buddy. Hey,
So who's winning the Super Bowl this year? Who's your Super Bowl pick?
Kansas City this year, Bears winning next year in New Orleans.
So you got Kansas City over the Bears in the Super Bowl, to be clear.
Yeah.
All right, we heard it right here on Mouthpiece included. All right, Brent Favre settled his.
I don't think the NFL will give it to Justin Time his first time there, but second time there.
Second time around. All right, Brent Favre apparently settled his lawsuit with the Pink Pat McAfee. Yeah. McAfee paid no money. He just had to come out and make a statement clarifying that, he wasn't malicious and, and it's all allegations. But he didn't settle with Shannon. And Shannon's team is saying that they're using, that it's just hyperbole and that Shannon wasn't reporting or anything that wasn't already put out there. So he dropped his lawsuit with the Pink Stink. He supports Fucker Carlson. We're talking about Brent Favre. Came out and supported Fucker Carlson. And he's still pursuing his lawsuit against Shannon Sharp, the big gorilla on Fox.
The Michelin.
He wouldn't be suing Fucker Carlson. Go ahead, though, bro.
Yeah, I mean, we know he's a alleged scumbag. So, it's up to the state, I guess the state of Mississippi, or is this a federal case to prosecute him for stealing these funds, which they're making into a gray area now. But he's still an alleged scumbag. And it's dropped the lawsuit against McAfee, but continue it against Shannon Sharp shows the blatant
bias, but you don't know what's in his
bias, racism, whatever the hell you want to say. We don't know what's in his heart, but damn it, come on. Who is he suing and who is he dropping the lawsuit against? That's all I gotta say. I mean, come on, man. He's an alleged scumbag. He's gonna stay that way until he makes restitution, or why not have a fundraiser to gather this money and help some HBCUs in Mississippi? Go to Jackson State. You got to be some kind of scumbag, racist, idiot not to fix.
He's going to support the N-word leagues.
To not fix this situation and make this go away. It could have been easily done. But he's not the sharpest knife in the drawer, and that's apparent.
But he's drop dead gorgeous. I'll tell you one thing. All right. Well, speaking of drop dead gorgeous, blonde-haired, blue-eyed Tom Brady, who's dating who's divorcing the supermodel. He's in deep discussions to be minority owner of the Raiders. Yeah, look at that. He's getting welcomed right into ownership, and poor Walter Payton had his heart broken out there.
Yeah. Anyone, Walter Payton, Reggie Jackson, any melanated superstar, you can't go from the slave ship to ownership. It's got to be some kind of in between. You You gotta ride on a slave ship with somebody else into ownership.
Purgatory.
Allegedly. Shout out to the NFL. But in other NFL news, the sale of the Washington Commanders was completed this week. I don't know the exact figures, but I believe it was over $6 billion. Condolences to Daniel Snyder for losing his NFL franchise and selling it for $6 billion.
Yeah, you don't know what's in Daniel Snyder's heart.
I don't know. Yeah.
All right.
I know what's in his damn pocket.
Yeah, we're covering. And he sold it to a small hat. So they know how to make deals with one another. To you melanated people out there, stop just selling to the highest bidder all the damn time. Stop it. And there's a team with 50 Cent. Can't think of the other prominent person, but they're making a move to Tyler Perry's in the mix. They're making a move to purchase BET.
God bless them. Good luck to them.
Should have been sold to a melanated when, my brother from my chapter, Bob Johnson, sold it. But highest bidder. I'm a capitalist.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think nobody was in a position to make that type of deal for him at that time. So now I don't know what Viacom's willing to sell it for. I know it's not going to be at a loss. So however many billions they're going to sell BET.
Oh, they're not going to sell it to a colored, and if they do, it's going to be 4 times the face value.
Yeah, absolutely. And to the point that Tyler Perry's on this team to purchase BET while he's basically supplying most of their damn programming. Who's on your team that's not, that didn't set this up a long time ago to maybe, get some ownership shares of the network prior to, while you're supplying them with a majority of their streaming content. So.
And for clarification, Tyler Perry is not on Short Bus 50 Cent's team. It's 2 separate teams bidding against each other. It'd be nice if they came together, but I think they'd probably, if they do give it, they'd give it to somebody like 50 Cent so he could continue to, produce drug hustling, murder content. You know what I mean? 50's a businessman, but you know what I mean? He came up hustling and allegedly shooting and getting shot and selling poison to the people and made the G Unit.
Yeah, gorillas. The gorillas in the midst.
Yeah.
So I mean,
G Unit is for gang unit. I always had a theory that he was some sort of snitch. But go ahead. Working for 12.
Yeah. Tyler Perry maybe want to team with him because the content more than likely is going to be filmed at his studio. And like I said, he's doing a lot of content for BET now.
They would be a good pairing. You got this negative type of content on this side.
Yeah, you got the fruitcake stuff. I mean, the family entertainment on the other side. So it would be a good combination to put content out there on BET as opposed to probably what they're doing now.
Agreed. All right, but top 9 all Booger Sugar athletes of all time. Pull up, the link is pinned in the chat. You can call in or text 424-900-6945. Bob Huggins, you don't know what's in his heart. I tell you what, when I look at him, he looks like a racist. I'll tell you that much.
He looks like a damn raging racist.
Yes, he's always looked like a racist. There's no way he could have came to my house and recruited my son or daughter
Allegedly.
or son. Yeah. But
Allegedly.
he went on a rant on a radio show talking about his rival when he was at Cincinnati, the Bearcats. He recruited colors. It's not be mistaken. At Cincinnati, he went and got all the guys. Yeah, he just shot 4 people. He robbed a cop looking for to put a barbecue on, and we're gonna give him a chance here at Cincinnati. But I think he used some sort of thing to basically calling Xavier a bunch of, gay Catholics. Of course, he used different wording. Still has a job. He did apologize. I mean, you don't know what's in his heart. But what's your take on Bob Huggins?
I mean, Bob was just, he was just probably voicing what those people at University of Cincinnati felt about Xavier University. So, for as far as the university is concerned, no harm, no foul. They've been in competition with this university for a number of years. So, he just said what he said. Unfortunately, it was recorded, and we're going to move on.
I mean, so he didn't know the radio show was being aired?
Yeah, I mean, come on. It's Bob. It's Bob being Bob. That's probably what they said in the office when he got back. Yeah, it's Bob being Bob. Bob. What are we going to fire?
He said he don't coach the kids to think that way.
No,
I find that hard to believe that he wasn't telling the Cincinnati Bearcats, we're going to go in here and we're going to put our knee on the throat of these gay Catholics.
Yeah. Whatever he actually said. I don't believe he coaches that way. He probably wants to kill everybody. I mean, looking at him.
He looked, boy. You got those certain racist people, they ain't got to say one word,
If we had an all Booger Sugar appearance looking team, I think he'd be probably number one of somebody that had the appearance of a Booger Sugar enthusiast while recruiting.
Small ups, Bob Huggins. Get your life together. Today's topic is top 9 all Booger Sugar athletes of all time. Pull up. The link is pinned in the chat. So you mentioned the wheelchair. Unibrow. He's from Chicago. AD. He gets shaded for using the wheelchair by national pundits such as Stephen A. We'll get to him later. But was Barkley and Shaq set up? I mentioned a channel I follow.
Game 6.
You guys, and this is
fair use.
Yeah, Cap TV. So we're gonna play some fair use Cap TV. All right. We're gonna play some just gonna play the video, okay, of what Cap TV made here. And I just want you guys to listen to this because I feel like, Ace, we do this show and, once we have a big audience, if you're saying something that's, whatever, I know how I could move on, we could pivot, but it felt like to me, and Cap TV did a great job of breaking us down. Big ups Cap TV. It seemed to me, fella, that they put the cables, being Kenny Smith, and I'll let you guys make your decision, and Ernie, Drop Dead Gorgeous, onto the co-hosts because, we'll play it and then we'll let you guys decide. Fair
Game
use.
6. I know what they're about. I think I do too, but what are you laughing about?
I think I do too, but what are you laughing about?
You know what they're
I'm laughing at Chuck.
I know what they're laughing at.
I know what they're laughing at.
Stop.
I'm laughing at Chuck. Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
Ernie, don't let us go.
Ernie, don't let us go there.
If we go there, it'll never.
Ernie, we can go to that next game quickly. No, we don't. No, we don't.
What are you doing? I'm fixing my teeth. I'm fixing it.
I'm fixing my seat. I did not do that. Fixing your seat.
Man, guys, come on now.
Guys, come on now.
All right, so that's what we got. Now, listen, Ace. I've been in situations where it's an internal joke going on and people are laughing. Cap TV, they didn't play even. Chuck was saying he was laughing at Shaq, and they kept pressing. Okay, so if this is a sensitive topic, and it is, God forbid if I was in a wheelchair, how offensive this could be. I mean,
I mean, and people with disabilities and all.
It's Bush League. It's Bush League. To be on that type of platform, but Ernie forced them to have that little back and forth.
That's a job.
Shaq said he was laughing at Chuck. Chuck said he was laughing at Shaq. Him and Kenny, just kept egging it on. Ernie even, Chuck even said, hey, man, we can move on to the next game because they didn't want to do it.
I mean, it would have been. It would have been probably epic for their show, but it also would have, maybe be the end of some people's careers, or the backlash wouldn't have been worth the segment that Ernie was trying to egg on and put together. Maybe on a platform not as major as TNT and affiliated with the NBA. They could have got something
TNT.
like
He
that.
did not say TATN.
Yeah. So maybe on a different platform, they could have continued with that segment, but unfortunately, they don't have that option. So it is what it is.
Well, Shaq and Charles are grown humans. And they still could have kept pushing back, like, no, we're not going to talk about that. But it seems like Ernie bossed him.
Yeah, well, I mean, Ernie's the straight man.
Uh-huh.
Ernie's the straight man, and in certain situations, he'll push the limits and see if they'll acquiesce to him. But I don't think they want to go there on this particular topic.
But they went there.
Well, I mean, I mean, I don't think they went as far as they wanted to go. Let me put it that way. But they have a lot of racy humor on the show.
But I mean, again, if you are the straight man, there should be levels to it. I mean, to your point, like when you heard the guy talk about the N-word museum, and you commented on the bearded guy who sat there and, didn't knock it down, didn't have any reaction. It seems like Ernie, right. It seems like Ernie, who's been with the network, who knows these things that you're talking about, would have just put the fire out instead of keep asking and demanding, what are you guys laughing at?
What are you laughing at?
You know what I'm saying?
I got you. I mean, it might have been a time to get some ratings up, hey.
Clout chasing.
Yeah, for sure. It's the playoffs. They do the NCAA playoffs. It's not something they can do during those during the tournament. But now you're in the NBA playoffs, and maybe they got a little bit more leeway.
Playoffs? Kidding me right now? Playoffs? I feel you. It's, it didn't go well. And, it wasn't a good look at all.
Mm-hmm.
And big ups to everybody, who's lost their ability to walk for whatever reason or what have you. It's not something I take lightly. We don't take that lightly here at TATN. But speaking of wheelchair jokes, we got a Booger of the week here, there, fella. And once again, it's Stephen A. Booger.
No. Again?
Can you believe it? Stephen A. Booger. I don't think he likes AD, and you put AD, I think, on your first all team, didn't you? AD? No, didn't you put him at power forward?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I think you tried to. No, you tried to. LeBron's your 4. You tried to slide him in there. But
I was
sometimes we just can't help it. We gotta let it go. Because damn it, I'll be damned if I wasn't laughing. I'm like concussion. The NFL season was over.
In this clip, ESPN's Stephen A. Smith clearly questions of purely
fair use.
By Aaron Donald, this Ray Lewis. It's the playoffs, man.
I mean, take it back.
Damn it, was he running over the middle and got
still, even with all this medical information available,
we got to stop. We got to stop it, man. We got to stop it. It's the playoffs, man. I mean, damn it, was he running over the middle and got hit by Ronnie Lott or something? Did I miss something? Did I miss it? You know, there's Ray Lewis still playing Ray Lewis in a Los Angeles.
The alleged murderer.
I mean, did he get hit by Aaron Donald? Did I miss something, Jay? Did I miss something?
This is weak. One media member called it shameful. Friend Suterer would give his thoughts.
Bush League. They're just showing photos of Anthony Davis walking gingerly.
Needed a little bit of Kentucky. It's wild that this is.
All right, so that's what we have from Stephen A. Booger. He goes in on a head injury. We know how we've done a show here on CTE, concussion protocol.
Right.
What is he suggesting? That this guy's faking it all and the medical staff's all behind it and we're going to put you in a wheelchair? And
yeah, I mean, I've
what
always
they suggest?
questioned.
Go ahead.
He's a can I call him a monkey? No, he's a booger. But I mean, I've always wondered, or it was always a mystery to me when players had to be carried back to the locker room because of a knee injury that we later found out to be a torn ligament or meniscus or a broken ankle or broken parts that requires putting your body weight on your legs. And now you have a situation where a player that's concussed, do you want, him holding his arms around a couple of teammates while his head is cloudy and, any kind of movement to the brain would maybe cause further trauma. And for the fact that there's no ambulance, at the corridor, or they don't have the gurneys available to take a player to the locker room. The best option, I believe, at that point would have been a wheelchair to wheel him back to the locker room, and then they can do the testing or I don't know if the NBA has a concussion protocol like the other sports, but do the testing to find out what's actually going on with their particular athlete at that time. And any city, you see when a player is majorly hurt, he's carried to the locker room by his teammates if he can't make it there on his own strength of volition. But what do you do when somebody's concussed? You just grab them by the shirt, or you want to put as much stress on their particular their brain or their or their head as possible. And I guess for this situation, the wheelchair was the best bet. Luckily that they had one there to get them to the locker room. So
yeah, it was precautionary. I mean,
right.
I can hear this Booger if let's say, God forbid, Anthony Davis was trying to tough it out and They tell him, your bell's just rung, and he's walking out on his own volition, and he falls and hits his head and then goes into a coma. This same Booger will be criticizing the medical team and the Lakers organization and everybody else for not taking this very precaution that they took.
Yeah. So, So
we're talking about a guy who averaged 0.7 points a game playing guard at shithole college.
Right. And couldn't imagine being concussed in an NBA game in the playoffs. And the team trying to get him back to the locker room as safely as possible to explore the injury. So to know you got a national program and to be laughing that he was in a wheelchair is that's Booger of the week material.
Yeah, I mean, we make fun of players' availability, and we've mentioned it on the show today. AD is often not available.
Mm-hmm.
But you're questioning this guy's integrity. Like all of AD's injuries were legitimate, so we're not questioning his toughness.
Yeah.
And if that was Joker, I just don't think Stephen A would have had the same response.
Man, come on, man. He wouldn't. He'd have probably flew in the town. Hold on before you take him to the locker room. I'm flying in. I want to make sure everything's okay.
He's got a headache, boss. Us head hurt. You know what I mean? That's what he'd have been saying to Joker.
We not feeling good.
We want me to push you in a wheelchair.
I you use a 2-time MVP, so we got to make sure you's okay. All right, boss. Yeah, but to denigrate this young black man whose team is taking precautions to make sure that he's okay, so they can get him out there to complete the series. Yeah.
And that's the take you give. That this isn't the NFL and all of this and that, and you're not the murderer, unlike the alleged murderer, Ray Lewis, the preacher, hit you. The guy who took the deer antler spray and was able to play in the Super Bowl.
And the fact that you haven't played basketball to the level where a concussion could happen, or a major injury that can happen, where a wheelchair or gurney or help to the locker room is necessary is telling in its own regard. Stephen A. Booger.
Yeah, he's cloud chasing. All of their jobs are supposedly on the line at ESPN. They're doing some major downsizing. Supposedly his name is on the list as well as potential cuts. So I think right now he's ready to get his ratings up by any means necessary.
Yeah, that's not the way. There's many ways to get the ratings up on a national damn program and do some work. Put some work in.
Do some research. Talk to the doctors. Talk to the team before you make a take like that. Call them and say, hey, what was the motivation behind that? Reach out to AD and see if you can get a statement. You saw the guy wobble. If he could have played, he would have played. I mean,
Yeah, but just, don't just come out and denigrate him for being injured, especially with a concussion. Do some work. Make it a story that you've done some research on. You figured out if he's okay. You talk to the player, talk to the team, talk to the team doctors, and complete your story. But just come on out there and laugh at the man on national TV. That's just
Bush League.
Bush League, and it's just lazy journalism.
Lazy. All right. So now we finally made it to our topic, the top 9 all Booger Sugar athletes of all time. Pull up. The link is pinned in the chat. 424-900-6945. At the top of the show, we commented on the negative or denigrating effects of booger sugar on the human body in our communities and also in sports. Now, before we go there, as I mentioned, Villanova, NCAA champs, they beat, so we're not doing teams, we're doing individuals, but this is a team that all of the starting five, and they shot like 67% throughout the NCAAs that year and damn near 70% in the finals. They said they were all in the booger sugar. They upset Georgetown and New York Mets. What was his name? Not Kenny Rodriguez. For the Mets, he was one of the Latin players that was on the cocaine. Yeah, when the Mets, they went on a playoff run. What was his name? He was
they blamed everything on Doc. They blame everything on Doc Gooden and
Strawberry. Yeah. But this one guy came out. It wasn't Aaron Hernandez. Rest his soul. Yeah. But anyway, he said that, they were all on the booger sugar. And he said that, when they were in the playoffs that year, he said he was so high he could see every stitch on the baseball coming at him at 100 miles per hour. He was ripping the ball.
Oh, yeah. That's love. Yeah. Well, the first baseman was Keith Hernandez.
Keith Hernandez. That's who said it. Yeah, that's who said it. Keith Hernandez. Okay. But we're going to jump into our Mouthpiece included all booger sugar team. I'd like to start it out with an honorable mention. Todd Marinovich. Todd Marinovich's career as an NFL quarterback ended before it really had a chance to start. He was a first-round pick from USC, spent just 2 seasons as a member of the Raiders before being thrown out of the league after his 3rd positive test for the booger sugar. They probably shouldn't have been overly surprised as he was arrested for booger sugar while in college. Yet his stock didn't drop to the 4th round age. They didn't get him out of his hometown. They kept him around there so his plugs can all be in place when he went from college to the pro. They said Marinovich was no stranger to drug use. He had a history of drug use dating back to his high school days, where, according to Bleacher Report, his nickname was Marijuana Vic. So he makes my honorable mention, all booger sugar. You got any steroids? Yeah, you got any mentions, or you want to jump right into the list?
I got an honorable mention also. As Serena and Venus Williams went through the
Serena was on cocaine? Oh, hold on. Let me hear this. Get him a closer.
Hey. As Serena and Venus went through the women's tour, retiring many of the players that were considered the elite of women's tennis for the 20 years that they performed at a magnificent level. Martina Hingis was my honorable mention. She was the Swiss Miss, they used to call her. But the Swiss Miss had to start trying to use cocaine to beat these young Black girls that were hitting the ball, serving the ball at 100 miles an hour. And it didn't help her once she failed a few drug tests. So she ultimately had to retire from tennis immediately because she couldn't get off the booger sugar that she started using to beat Serena and Venus Williams. So she's my honorable mention.
Yeah, Martina Hingis actually made my list, but I'll let you know when we get there.
All right.
I push back on your point that she didn't start using until she had to beat those melanateds because, that just sounds like pink stink to me. The lies that the booger sugar can make you tell. She's the only female on my list. She was enjoying a comeback in women's tennis back in 2007, before hip and back injuries forced her out of tennis for about a month and a half. However, shortly after her return, the Swiss-born star tested positive for booger sugar, which ultimately led to her deciding to retire. While Hingis insisted that she was innocent, see what I'm saying? It's booger sugar. And retired because she did not want to go through a legal process. Others believe that it is the automatic. She wanted to keep doing the booger sugar. Others believe that it's the automatic 2-year ban that goes along with a first offense that pushed Hingis to cut short her career. She's since returned to tennis again as a doubles player. Yeah, they don't talk about her much.
Well, I mean, they don't do a lot of talk about all those players that Serena may retire. I mean, once they realized that there was no way they could beat these chicks, I'm gonna go ahead and retire. Well, I got enough money. I'm pink, and there's nothing wrong with the booger sugar. So let me go ahead and do that. And
yeah,
God
Serena,
bless you, Serena.
Yeah, we hope you're well. I mean, Martina. My number 9 is the Big O, Orlando Woolridge.
All right. Now, we don't know what was in Orlando's heart. He was just trying to play basketball at the
Everybody was doing it. You know what I mean? On both sides.
Now, was Orlando, was it Big O on our process team? Or was it honorable mention?
Yeah, I think his hair fell out early. And I think he ended his career bald. I don't know if it was the booger sugar or the process, but he did rock. Yeah, he did rock a process. Absolutely. But he was a perennial all-star. I mean, he didn't care much about defense. The guy could jump to the moon. If you needed a basket, he was there for you. But I got Orlando as number 9. Who's your number 9 on the all booger sugar team?
My number 9 is a University of Michigan product, Roy Tarpley. It says possibly the harshest punishment you can hand a professional athlete for a failed substance test is a permanent ban. Permanent? Which is exactly what 19.
Did he have a permanent? Did he rock a perm? Yeah, but go ahead.
Yeah, baby. Which is exactly what 1988 NBA Sixth Man of the Year Roy winner, 88 Sixth Man of the Year Roy Tarpley received shortly after returning from the 3-year ban.
He was booger sugaring it up. He was booger sugaring it up all them 3 years. But go ahead.
He couldn't stop for refusing to take a drug test. They're like, yeah, man, hey, I'm driving, but I only had 1 beer. No, I'm not taking a drug.
I ain't doing none of that.
No. So he claims that he started taking cocaine in college and that it got worse as he started making more money. Sadly, as part of the tragic ending, Tarpley died earlier this year at the age of 50. Through the cause of death isn't known.
Yeah, R.I.P. Roy Tarpley. Condolences to his family.
Yeah.
Actually, Roy Tarpley is number 8 on my list.
Oh man, we got some.
So go ahead and move into your number 8.
Man.
Oh, and Roy Tarpley could get you a basket.
Oh yeah. Well, he was hot. Shit.
He'd have been first team All NBA in today's league. Back in the day, if you didn't want to play defense, couldn't guard your man, he was the 6th man of the year guy.
Oh well, I got to go homer on the my number 8. Where's she at? My number 8 is Bob. Well, we got him later in his career. Bob Probert.
Oh, he's a Hall of Famer.
Professional hockey player.
Yeah.
He developed a fondness for cocaine. The problems only got worse once the record holder for most penalty minutes in a season made it to the pros. He was a hockey thug, But
He's a Hall of Famer. He was like, yes, he was like LeBron James of hockey.
Yeah. So once arrested for smuggling over a half ounce of cocaine across the U.S. Canadian border, Probert spent $42,000 on his habit per year and found himself in rehab 5 times before the age of 22. And one of many stories on this list that ends tragically, Probert sadly passed away at the young age of 45. Oh man, my booger sugar users are passing away. So I mean, which is
R.I.P. Bob Probert and condolences. Go ahead to his family.
Yeah, but he was a noted NHL thug, and that's what the Blackhawks went out and got him to do: come in and beat the crap out of other teams to protect their players. And, they had to know he was on the booger. I mean, everybody knew he was on the booger sugar. So I don't know if he was going to the West Side to get it, or what he was doing while he was in Chicago, since he was right over there on Madison.
Well, $42,000 a year. It breaks down, if he was doing it every day, to $115 a day. In today's money, I calculate that'd be about $135 a day. That's a lot of booger sugar.
Yeah, I mean, well, shit, he was getting high. He had to go out there and play hockey, beat up his body. He didn't have any teeth in his mouth. I mean, come on, man.
Bob Probert, he's pink. And notice you don't have a list full of melanateds. Mine are all melanated so far. All right.
Okay.
Let's move on to number 7. I'm going with Steve Howe or Howe. MLB Rookie of the Year winner. One of such 3 players on the booger sugar list. Like the others to win the award, Howe was given too much too soon. While a member of the LA Dodgers, Los Angeles, a lot of booger sugar in the West Coast, pitching staff, he never quite lived up to his potential. He spent more time in the rehab out there and served several suspensions for positive tests. He was given a second chance by a number of pro teams, but the once promising young talent never lived up to his first-round draft status. At 48 years old, he was killed in a car accident. So there's a common theme here for all you kids out there. R.I.P. Steve Howe, and condolences to his family. So there's your pink out there, fella.
I thought you were averted to naming a pink.
I told you Martina is on my list. She's from some shithole country.
Well, she was a Swiss Miss.
Yeah. All right, fellas.
I got my next one. My 7th is Richard Dumas from the Phoenix Suns.
Dumas played for you mean the MP standout?
No, not Joe Dumas. I'm speaking of Richard Dumas, who in the NBA Finals was giving Scottie Pippen the business.
Business for the first half of every game. The business.
And his contract was up at the end of that particular season. Unfortunately for Richard,
I used to call him Richard Dumbass.
He had to pass a drug test to get the new contract, and that's why he's on this list. He couldn't pass the drug test, and he couldn't play in the second half of games because the booger sugar will wear off, and his effectiveness as a basketball player.
He would come out and go 9 for 11 in the first half.
Yeah.
And would not play a second in the second half. The organization, the coaching staff, they were all culpable.
They're all complicit. They all knew what the hell was going on. Give them the shit, send them out there, and see what we can get out of them in the first half. Give them the mix.
Give them the ball. Yep.
I mean, they had to be complicit. Come on, man.
Because there's no way you're not going to. Remember, we used to be watching the Series A's trying to figure out why Dumas ain't playing. Game after game.
Yeah, because the shit had worn off. And I mean, I don't know why they give him some more halftime. You're talking about the NBA championship. Yeah, give him whatever the fuck. Get what he needs. He's killing Scottie Pippen.
Yeah, he was athletic too, boy. Wasn't the best defender. You know, he didn't care about it. A lot of the Booger Sugar players, if you notice, they don't care about it.
They don't care about defense, but damn on offense, they're gonna give you the business.
Now, my number 6, this player has already been mentioned. Another pink. Well, we don't know what's in her heart. Another white player, Martina Hingis. So there's some pink stink. My number 5 is Bob Probert, which made your list. So go ahead. Who's your number 5?
I got.
And he's pink. I got 3 pinks. I got pinks in a row. 3 pinks in a row. Go ahead, there, Phil.
I got to give it to Tom Marinovich. Whatever he was going through with his family and dad, and that ended up.
He was groomed to process. They was giving that kid steroids in his milk bottle.
Yeah. Another thing I want to say to you parents that are grooming your kids to be pros or college players or high school players, let the kids play the game.
Yeah, let them have fun.
Yeah, I mean, they're not necessarily going to be on the damn high school varsity. Shit, they might not make the damn little league team. But let the kids.
Well, I mean, if they went to Luther South or some sort of shit old private
campus,
20 students in the school type of thing.
They score 5 touchdowns in a high school varsity game. Yeah. But other than that, just let the kids play. Let them enjoy the game. Don't curse out the umpire. Don't curse out the kids. Don't curse out the coach.
And they definitely shouldn't be pumping iron while they're still in theta.
Yeah. So a lot of times the kids just aren't that good. But you can change their body physically, but mentally they got to be ready to get it done. And Tom Marinovich wasn't, so that's why he's on my Booger Sugar list.
Well, I'm surprised. I thought you were going to come out here with a bunch of melanated, the way the media plays that up. You know what I mean? Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to move on my number 4. It's this gentleman right behind me here. Josh Hamilton. Once
Cookie Monster.
He's just cooking cookies. That's all he's doing. It's funny. They used to refer to the boulders as cookies. So, once the poster boy, Josh Hamilton, he was the poster boy for throwing away an abundance of talent for drugs and for shit and alcohol. Hamilton managed to come back from his issues with substances. After becoming the first pick by the Tampa Bay Devil Rays in the 1999 MLB draft, Hamilton blew or snorted his $4 million signing bonus. I'm sorry, he wasn't doing Booger Sugar. He was smoking on drugs, alcohol, and tattoos that symbolized the darkness he felt. Yeah, here it is. However, after a long crack cocaine binge in October 2005, Hamilton was forced to make a decision: continue to do drugs and be homeless, or turn his life around with the love and support from the grandmother he was staying with. Homeless? They wasn't taking some of the money from him? Hamilton chose the later and has since led the Texas Rangers to 2 World Series appearances and even won an MVP award. Big ups. He relapsed while with the Angels last year. well, before this article was written, but has since gone back to Texas and has gotten himself clean again. Josh Hamilton is on my list.
All right.
That's number 4.
I mean,
he's my number 4. So go ahead. What's your number 4 there, Jim?
I try to stay away from the melanated booger sugar users as much as I could. But yeah, my number 4 is going to be Thomas, just because of his nickname, Hollywood Henderson. Hollywood was a Dallas Cowboy referred to as Hollywood as one of a handful of cocaine lovers that admits to using the substance during their playing days. Most notorious was his admission of using cocaine-laced inhaler during the '79 Super Bowl. So he couldn't breathe, so he had to inhale cocaine so he can breathe. Well, the Cowboys lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers. The bruising lineman was eventually moved to another team by teary-eyed Tom Landry because he could no longer handle Henderson's behavior. However, since retiring, although he had a stint in prison, Hollywood has not only managed to get clean, but he also won the lottery.
I didn't know Hollywood went to the joint.
Yeah, he won $28 million in the lottery after he got out the joint. So Hollywood is blessed. So God bless you, Thomas Hollywood Henderson. Because that's probably more than he made in his entire career playing football. Winning the lottery for $28 million after coming out of the penitentiary.
All right. You going with Hollywood Henderson? Actually was one of my favorite players. Dallas Cowboys was my backup team as a young lad coming up in the city of Chicago, behind the Bears, of course.
Everybody loves
Tony Dorsett. Yeah, he was, man.
Yeah.
Hollywood Henderson, boy. Hey, he'd get you a pick. You know what I'm saying? When you needed it, he'd run it back to the end zone. And he was flashy out there.
Yeah, he saw the laces on the football as it was spinning, coming toward him, so he can just grab it out there and run it back.
Probably was dipping his hand in a Booger sugar mix. All right, so that's your number 4. We're about to move to our top 3 all Booger sugar team across all sports. Another guy from my backup favorite team. Okay. Michael Playmaker Irvin. Michael Irvin, he made his name in the league by having some of the fastest feet in football. I bet he did. Who was one of the receivers
Watch my feet.
He was one of the he was one of the receivers that helped launch the NFL into the pass-happy league that has become today. However, an arrest in 1995 confirmed what many in the league had already assumed, that Irvin was knee-deep in a Booger sugar issue. The issue was so serious that fellow receiver Chris Carter, who deals with substance abuse, he's recovering, suggested to Irvin's wife. Chris Carter suggested to Irvin's wife that she leave him because of his problem. Chris Carter's small fucking ups.
Real small ups. Are you trying to bang Michael Irvin's wife? I mean, what's going on?
I mean, I know he's saying he probably felt like she was an enabler. I get it. But to leave him, I mean, maybe, separate or something like that. I get it. But to leave him?
Yeah, right.
He going to smoke up all your money. That's what Carter was telling him. It was his money.
Yeah. I just drank. I don't do that.
But in spite of it all, Michael Irvin, I know he battled it. He come back and then he had to come out and start crying in front of the TV saying he relapsed and he was sorry to his family. It was all in national news. In spite of it all, though, he had himself on TV. He made it to the Hall of Fame. Don't hear that Michael Irvin's broke. He still got those flashy church preacher suits. Didn't he have a girl?
Stacey Adams in the 40s. I think he might have when he first came into the league out of University of Miami. I mean,
I think it was a requirement in Miami. You had to have a curl.
Yeah. I mean, I saw him at a Monday Night Football game in St. Louis. Actually, it was the debut of Devin Hester to the world when he scored a kick return touchdown and a punt return touchdown versus St. Louis Rams in St. Louis on Monday Night Football. And Michael Irvin was doing that game for ESPN. And I was like, is nobody telling him that his lips are white and crusty? I mean, you got a makeup team and a team that make you look good to go on to onto the telecast to perform your job for ESPN. But man, if he wasn't doing the Booger Sugar then, I don't know when he was doing it, but So shout out to Michael Irvin for turning his life around and getting himself together. Hopefully he gets through this latest controversy and get back on to doing what he loves to do, which is television work and analyzing games.
Well, what's your number 3?
Number three, I'm going to baseball. I'm going to Dwight Doc Gooden. Well, they're gonna be my 3 and 2, so I might as well say them both at the same damn time. They were on the same team. Apparently, they had
one of the best pitchers I've ever seen do it. But go ahead.
Yeah. I got Dwight Gooden. Dwight Gooden and Darryl Strawberry have been linked together often in their careers. Darryl won Rookie of the Year '83. Dwight Gooden won it in '84. This is the same 2 melanated players on the same damn team in New York won Rookie of the Year. Dwight took it home in '84, and they won a World Series together in '86. They also made this list together because of their inability to put down booger sugar during and after their playing years. The man known as Doc wrote a memoir that he spent the evening after winning the '86 World Series in a housing project on the coke bins with strangers and was so hungover he didn't make the victory parade the following morning. I got to go look that up in history. I mean, you didn't make it to the damn parade because you was up doing cocaine. I mean, I thought cocaine kept you up, so I don't know. But Dwight Gooden's my number 3, which leads to my number 2, Darryl Strawberry. Darryl was known for putting up all-star numbers with his.
Hold up.
All right.
Okay, yeah, go ahead with your number 2. You said it's Doc Gooden was your number 3, and
that was 3. Darryl was number 2.
I bet you they plug is retired early. Whoever.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
Could you imagine the parties they were throwing in New York? They were Rookie of the Year, back-to-back years.
And they had the same plug. Man.
Oh my gosh. Just drop the suitcase off at the doorman, and he's gonna give you the bag, and everything's okay now.
And they both had process. But all right, go ahead though. Go ahead with your number 2 there, fella.
Darryl was known for putting up all-star numbers with his natural abilities. However, irked fans and coaches believed that the smooth swinging lefty was leaving a lot of talent on the table. So no matter what he was doing, they figured that he could be doing better if he stopped doing the booger sugar. The criticism combined with a rocky personal life left Strawberry relying on cocaine and alcohol. The '84 Rookie of the Year started to be suspended by the league regularly for failed substance abuse tests and frequently found himself in drug treatment centers later in his career. Carrying the behavior into his post-playing days included getting himself arrested while possessing cocaine as he tried to pick up an undercover cop. So he was an alcoholic, his own coke, and he was a freak, and he was in New York. and he was rich. So yeah. Good luck to you there, Strawberry. Hopefully you can, you can clear everything up and make it to wherever you're trying to make it. But man, that's tough. New York is the height of everything as far as maybe drugs coming from other countries, parties, female friends, anything you could think of, you can get and make happen in New York. And unfortunately, they put this 84 Rookie of the Year in the center of that to fend for himself. What was it, 83? 84 Rookie of the Year. To fend for himself and figure out how to to make it through. There were no mentions of mentors on the team to make sure that he can succeed in baseball as a player, with all of these demons. So, sorry for him and Doc that they were put in a situation where they had to figure out what to do with all this money, all this fame, winning the World Series, Rookie of the Year, alcohol abuse, being freaks. They had Jerry curls. I mean, it went on and on. They were the kings of New York at a time for a number of years, and unfortunately, it led to their demise in baseball.
Yeah. So my number 2. So everybody's got to get pushed back because I forgot about Straw. But my number 2 I had was Doc Gooden, which would now be number 3.
Yeah, you can do a 2A.
Yeah, and 2A is Strawberry. So we're on the same page here.
The teammates.
Yeah, and Straw, man, like everybody was pulling for Straw. Like Doc Gooden just, Straw kept trying and everybody was pulling for him and getting him help. And man, he would cry, come out there. And you never seen Doc Gooden crying in front of the public.
Doc Gooden, I'm gonna get high, man. Shit.
Doc Gooden was out there with Pookie, telling Pookie you owe everybody.
They won the World Series. He was in the projects getting high. And Mr.
With strangers.
Yeah. So, Doc was on something different. We got to research where Doc came from.
We do, because I know Straw was from LA, I think. I think he was from the West Coast.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's move into number 1. I got LT, Lawrence Taylor. This linebacker, he revolutionized the defensive side of the ball. He had a giant, quote unquote, problem, pardon the pun, on his way to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Lawrence Taylor demolished quarterbacks, notoriously breaking Joe Theismann's leg on Monday Night Football. I saw that game. He was booger sugared up too.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard the crack on the microphone.
Yeah, Theismann was probably booger sugared up too, but we don't know what's in his heart. Taylor also developed a dangerous addiction to the white stuff, though the arrests and rehab came mostly after Taylor's playing career. He did admit to using cocaine in '85 and also admitted in his book, LT Over the Edge, that the Giants coaches and front office knew of his use. That'd be Belichick.
Yeah.
That'd be
Parcells, all these Hall of Fame coaches y'all want to exalt and put at elite level as far as coaching is concerned. He's my number 1 too, damn it. Yeah, I love the LT. I played with the Giants on Tecmo Bowl. But they get, come on, y'all knew this guy was getting high before games, and you just go out there and give him the rally speech and say, go out there and kill the damn quarterback, kill everything in front of you. And that's what he was doing. And if you didn't know, anybody else in the league would have been looking at this son of a gun like, man, this guy's got to be on cocaine. He's got to be high. Look what he's doing out there on the field. So, yeah. Number one, LT, Lawrence Taylor.
Big ups, LT. And you know, we had some other ones we didn't mention. Quentin Daly, Dexter Manley.
Yeah.
What's my man name that passed away, rest his soul, after being drafted number 1 overall from
Lynn Bias. Yeah, he's on my list too.
Lynn Bias. Man.
Yeah. Richard Dumas, Doc, Lawrence Taylor. Yep.
But Marinovic, they used to call that marijuana Vic in high school, and he still got, you know, recruited high. He still got drafted high.
Wasn't he a ginger, or was that the other guy?
I don't think he makes the all ginger team. We got to do that list, the all ginger team, you know, coming up. Yeah, because I have reason to believe none of them has ever won a chip.
No.
On any level.
They can't process.
Oh. All right, so that's our all Booger Sugar team, and you guys remember in the beginning, you know, it could make you feel sharper and increase your confidence as a player out there. You might even be able to get certain advantages, but that's in the short run. In the long term, it's going to damage your body, and it's going to affect your ability to show up and be available. So it is banned from sports. Any kids out there, Booger Sugar is bad. Okay. All right.
It's the devil.
Yeah, it's genocide out there. All right, there, fella. Go ahead and give us your final words.
Just to harp on making the right decision. That was the meeting for my team this week after practice to make good decisions. You're out here, with different goals, either to play travel ball or high school ball or college baseball or pro baseball. Write down your goals, write down what you want to do in life, and start working on making those decisions. Stay around positive people. Make sure you're doing positive things at all times. Because as you get older, as a youth, especially in the city of Chicago, there are going to be a bunch of negative influences, negative decisions, negative things to try and influence you. So do the right thing. Just stay positive. Just think of positivity. Work toward positivity, and everything will be A-OK. So that's what I've been. I told my kids this week, especially with the death of the police officer here in Chicago, that these kids were out here trying to rob people to get money to have a barbecue. I don't know who was running their crew or doing decision making for their crew, but there was just plenty of other ways to get money to have a damn barbecue besides robbing and killing one of your brothers and sisters here on this earth. So for the most part, that's my final say. Stay healthy, stay positive, and help those around you to make positive and healthy and informed decisions. So my parents appreciated it. It was just me and the kids, and I just really wanted to know that I was concerned about them decisions that they made. And I told them that kids in the league had made bad decisions, but for the most part, most of our baseball players are made good decisions, going on to play college baseball, going on to high school, whatever they want to do. But you got to just make the decision inside yourself to work and get there. So that's my final word.
Yeah, that's why we need guys like you in coaching with our youth. Definitely strong message. I mean, keep your nose clean as much and for as long as possible, and see where the chips see where the chips fall. I would, just add to that, be a leader, make it on your own volition.
Mm-hmm.
Don't spend your time, following, spend your time leading. That would be my message to the youth out there. Drugs is bad. Give yourself a fighting chance. Give yourself a fighting chance at life out there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So big ups to you, Ace, and what you're doing out there. Those kids might not understand it now, but they will, see the value and the worth of what you bring to the table.
Yeah, without the kids, man. The kids, a lot of times they don't have anybody to give them anything positive or, steer them in the right direction. Even as a segue to that message that I gave to them, I texted the parents that, what I told their children at practice that day, and that, you all want them to, of course, be superstars on the field, but this is Little League baseball. Just encourage them to be positive, encourage them to do the best, of their ability. Don't worry about, them hitting home runs or striking out. I mean, just stay with the message that that you hear me give them on the field. Swing the bat, hit the ball, make the play, stay in the game, stay involved. Don't worry about this. We're playing. We're not really playing for anything. We're playing to win. That's what we're here for at Jackie Robinson. But there's a process in learning how to win, and you're not going to get there at the beginning of the season, but we should be there by the end of the season. And a lot of parents think that just because their kids on the field with elite players like Deuce, that their kids should be playing like that, but they got to get there. So help them get there. Don't just yell at them during the game so they get there. Help them get there, and they'll get there eventually.
Absolutely, put in the work. So shortly after the show, we're on the Self-Love Show. We're continuing our riveting series, 187 Bars, Dead Rappers. We're covering the late, great Lisa Left Eye Lopez there, fella.
The Self-Love Show. Stop.
And absolutely. And so that's going to be live shortly following the show. And we also on Mouthpiece Included, next week we are covering Satchel Paige, bro.
Oh, okay.
Satchmo.
Yeah. Satchmo. I like that picture. Love that picture. He's in the Negro League Museum. See how easy that was to say for me?
Yeah, and we probably use the N-word more than they do.
More than that saltine. Only in America, man.
Hey, you guys, make sure you like, share, subscribe on your way out. And we always support, we always appreciate your support.
Like,
you find yourself dipping through the shy.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. You might be sliding through Compton, Long Beach, Inglewood. Make sure you check in your blind spot. Check your six.
Sure.
Keep your head on a swivel. Watch your back. Guard your grill.
Shout out to Mom Sky.
Knuckle up.
Mouthpiece included.
And don't forget to.
Don't forget it.
And don't forget to.
Get it. That's great.
And don't forget to bring your mouthpiece.
Mouthpiece included.